My microphone was down. Let's go. How we doing? How we doing?
Just excited to get started, man. I'm excited to cast some fun Rocket League.
That was base boosted. All right. Well, sorry for the delay. There was some hiccups with the way that the files and everything and yada yada, the fun stuff. But we're gonna jump straight into this first game. We've got, I believe, dum 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 dum, high stakes
Cosmos versus
versus
high
Cosmos.
stakes.
Oh my God, we said
Yeah,
this.
ATM.
Oh, of course, the Cosmos coach will say Cosmos first. All right, but
Oh man, oh man.
we're gonna jump straight into that. I'm gonna jump into that. Boom, 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 boom. But how you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing real well. Just got home. Excited to cook. It's nice. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day for some good Rocket League as well. And talking about it, hanging out with you, my man.
Oh shucks.
But we gotta both get turned up volume wise, if
Okay,
you
that's
don't
fine.
mind.
High stakes. I'll put this bad bitty up, bad bitty up, bad bitty up. I'll probably actually
And
just have
then
to throw up my gain a little bit right here. How we
that
sit? I think we gotta sit at
should
10. Yep, sitting at
should I
10.
turn up my own?
Maybe slightly, but other than that, I think we're about ready to get into this game. Why does it keep switching my profile? I don't understand that,
My
but
input volume is already maxed.
yeah, that's fine. I threw you up a little bit.
Word.
But let's get into this game.
Wait.
We'll switch over. God, God damn, they didn't. I didn't say on go. They didn't get it right. They didn't get
No,
it right.
no.
They're trolling.
All right. Well, um, uh, uh, all
Game.
right. There,
We're getting go.
you're
Go.
just joining. Okay.
Go.
Surely it
Oh, I don't
works.
have August mod on, so the thing ain't gonna show up for a second. Ha.
The borrow. You're
Yeah, but that's fine.
perfect.
That's fine.
Start
It'll.
to start.
What a
For
start,
those,
baby!
we got Cosmos on orange, high stakes on blue, and starting us off, Kingpin puts it right into the bottom of the net. Nice start for the Cosmos here. Completely unbiased. Can't complain about that.
I'm
Little
so,
kickoff goal.
man, people talk about a lot of things right now, but I'm really excited for the bias casting coming from your side today.
There's fewer. I can't be more invested than if it's my own team. It just makes me care more. So it's an exciting thing to be able to cast my own boys. See how they do today. Hasn't been the hottest first half of the season, so we're gonna turn that around a little bit.
Really exciting right now. I'm still trying to get used to all these settings. I'm like throwing it all out.
I
So
will solo cast while you get that ready, maybe. Sound
Bro,
good?
you got that,
Sedge
you got
looking
that, you
for a
got
shot,
that.
takes it off the backboard. Isn't going to be able to convert. Kingpin cuts it off in the midfield. Could look a little bit risky here. And it ends up being okay. Ball rolls over into the high stakes side. Gob is going to be looking to solo play back against the Cosmos. Sedge takes a 50 in the middle, looking dangerous. Another 50 comes out, and nothing comes. Darty throws it over into the corner, looking to be a little bit safe. Throws it away again. Ryan takes it. Could be a shooting opportunity for the Cosmos. Sedge opts to take a 50. Gob now banging it back the other way, and Ryan's going to collect here. Looking to take some control for the first time that we've seen. Gets dunked right away. Blue team, high stakes, looking for a 50 mid. No one going to be there to receive the pass, though. Gob now taking a solo play. Shut down right away by Sedge. Darty looks to keep that pressure, keeping it in the Cosmos half. Toss it off the backboard. Ryan gets a touch mid. Could be dangerous, and that's going to be an equalizer from high stakes here. Stein tossing it in. And this... 2 goals, 1 for each team, right? Both kind of self-imposed injuries, and we'll see who can get a little bit of this damage control underway first.
There we go. All right, we got that figured out, I believe. Dunyan, my goat, letting out the great checks and all that. Usually I do a check before, but anyways, what a game here right now, Rob. We've got this, tied up at 3-1. And I mean, what are you looking for your team right here? I feel like being able to get a coach's standpoint and it being your team, I'm trying to see what's your game plan that you've got them prepped all for there.
So we're looking for a little bit more control. The game plan and what's going on are frequently not the same thing. As a great demo comes in from Stein. Oh my goodness. Anyway, as the Cosmos, we're looking for a little bit more control. Right there, you see it from Ryan. Typically in these tiers, specifically below S tier, you're going to see a lot of space being given, right? Kingpin has some space to operate with, but there's just a big bang coming out from it. Stein, same thing, right? Looks for the control touch, doesn't quite have it, but it's a lot of, there's not a lot of control. And I think that, especially for these lower tiers, I know it's A tier, it's not lower, right? But
yeah,
anything really under S, there's so much space given that everyone really could use just a little bit more control on their plays. As Darty looks for a crazy double, doesn't find it. The fake is almost enough though, as Stein's shot is saved by Sedge in the goal line.
Oh wait, maybe
no.
punish here right there from Darty to pick that out. Rob, I'm seeing what you mean. I mean, it's simple. We obviously see the opposite side. He's trying to get that pass out, but Kingpin wasn't anticipating Darty there, and he snuffed that play out, punishing them, getting the far out and taking the lead.
That's part of that risk of, even if you have a reason to bang it, right? Like they were clearly looking to pass. Even so, if you keep control there, it's simply just not a goal, right? So, and again, no one on the Cosmos having control of the ball, just kind of letting it go by them. Someone could have gotten back to that, gotten a little control and a 50 on it, and all of a sudden it's not in. But if you're not there, it's going to be straight in the net. 3-1's not looking too good for us, my man. What are you thinking?
You know, it's kind of cool because I'm really understanding that concept now of the control that you're talking about for your team. They're trying to execute it a little bit with some passing plays. You know, they're getting some pressure onto them. They're trying to go to the next guy and the next. But like there, Ryan's probably aiming for Sedge there. A little bit of a miscomm, so it's going to go a little wide. So they have the idea. Maybe it's a little bit of that first game nerves, or maybe High Stakes has just come in prepared for that, and they're sniffing out these plays.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I don't know if it's as much as that they're prepared for it. It's just my guys aren't necessarily doing it. I mean, it's tough, right? I say that, but it's a really difficult thing to execute because Rocket League is so fast-paced and it is so difficult that taking the control and executing on it is much, much easier said than done. But if able to, right, all of a sudden a whole new world of opportunities opens up. You can control your 50s, you can control your plays, your passes, your shots, but another bang coming out, even if we're looking for a pass, it just continues to get cut off. And I think looking to take a little bit more control, even than we have been, is going to lead to some success in this series, as it just keeps getting full field banged in our net.
I think this really is kind of accenting the fact that a lot of space is given here. You know, I think a big thing that even my team's been hammered down a lot is holding the space when necessary, but not going so far out that you give them that free, you know, momentum, the ability to create solo plays or out plays there. And it seems like a lot of it's coming from this push out from Gob onto the defense, where he's forcing these players out of awkward or into awkward positions, and you know your team's having to fold around and try to understand that. I mean, like it definitely puts a damper in a lot of anything with any game plan.
Yeah, absolutely. I would also say, keep an eye out for any player. This next game, I want both of us to together count how many control touches we see. I'm really from both teams. Yeah, because I think it'll be interactive, and it'll also really it's one thing that I like to do in replay reviews, and it'll really accentuate how little control is taken from anybody. This is a fairly, all things considered, this is a pretty high level of Rocket League. This is A tier. This almost, I think every player in this lobby has hit GC, if not almost, right? Mm-hmm. And so you're talking about the top 1 to 2% of the game. And even so, even at this level, what we're going to see is how little control that players, not that they have, but that they choose to take, and how that can really impact the game negatively.
That's beautifully well put there. Right now I'm trying to see if I could have the ball cooking, but it's been a minute since I've had it going. And so, not
Is the Bacchus
really
mod
sure.
working for you?
I do have Bacchus mod up, but I have no idea how I did that, but sure, you know, we just changed the scene. We're elite like that. But I think I'll
I
just
know we talked a lot about the Cosmos, but I also do want to give high stakes their flowers because they did play well, right? Even if those mistakes were coming through, they did a really good job of capitalizing on them, and you saw that pressure out shooting Cosmos, I think 11-6 or so, and a lot of cutting off of passes, reading the game, just playing quick, efficient, and most importantly, not making too many mistakes of their own.
I like that. I like that. I mean, especially with the start, like, you know, you see 1-0, that could put a damper on anyone. You know, poor Darty's out here trying to reach an appointment, and you know, he's out here stressing the fact to me, and so you have that go on, and I'm surprised, you know, like they were able to push through that mental. It's one thing to get a goal, but to be able to put a bunch of shots on and a bunch of pressure, I think is really well for them, and hopefully they can carry that out through.
So I think that's been 2 control touches so far, so I want to go again. So that's going to be 3 from Stein, right?
Ooh, I think Kingpin wanted to take control there, and just a little bit of a heavier touch than expected, and a top mid shot from Darty.
Yeah, that is a great shot, but again, what did it come from, right?
Yep.
Not taking control, right? Giving the ball away. And even if it was attempted, right, made it a little bit hard for ourselves, and because of that, because we made it hard on ourselves and didn't get control of the ball, it's in the top corner of our net. And it's a great shot from Darty to capitalize. But typically, goals are capitalizing on mistakes other than creating, right? And Darty's showing that he is doing that at a really high level today, right? That was almost a second just absolute banger of a slot off of one mistouch. And there's something to be said for punishing every mistake. And until you get to SSL, 2K MMR and above, Rocket League is primarily punishing mistakes as opposed to creating your own openings.
I love that. Very well put. I mean, there was even a line from my teammate that helped me kind of put in perspective about threes. You know, as coming from like being a predominantly twos player,
yeah.
And it was more so if you're able to 1v3 a team, it's not that you. Oh God, I got a little tense there. But it's more so not being able that you know you didn't like outplay all of them. Is that the defense folded on their part?
Yeah.
You realistically should not be able to do that. I think it kind
As
of
Darty put another great shot on net. He's continuing to create, and I mean not even create, but just threaten at a really high level. As Sedge with a great double pass mid, Ryan not able to find the back of the net. Still keeping pressure here. Pass back, Sedge, who just created, has another opportunity here, looking for probably another double tap. Darty, though, is there, and there's that control touch, right? Immediately, one control touch just beat 2 players. It's just so valuable, so powerful to be able to do at a high level. And Darty, not only the one putting the shots on net, but also the one cutting things off for the other team.
This is great gameplay so far. They're really understanding. I think the blue team got a little bailed out, and they're going to make sure they don't let up an opportunity like that again as they're looking for this transition play. Stein trying to get targeted from Darty. Darty's looking for him. Maybe an infield pass is coming, but Stein is going to try to put the shot on, maybe a little bit difficult. Oh, another infield, though. Darty nearly getting there. I like the passing plays that was coming out. It really looked high level there. The speed could have been there, but they were moving that ball around. It was great ball movement, you know. Very reminiscent of a lot of great NBA teams. You know, that they understand that ball movement is
2014 important. Spurs type shit.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about – I didn't want to say Spurs because I didn't want to be wrong, but I'm glad to see it was the Spurs.
Yeah, I got you. As Ryan's gotten a couple great plays here as well. He's had a few flip resets, a few passes mid that have been beating some players. And as a demo comes through on the back line, and it's just – nothing is quite working for the Cosmos right now. You see that high stakes, right? Just shutting everything down before it even has a chance to develop. A couple of these higher mechanical plays have had some success, but it's difficult to do those with consistency, obviously. But some double taps, some flip resets, some infield passes off the ceiling. And it's nice to be able to do those things, right? But you're seeing, despite that being more of a Cosmos thing at the moment, executing those high-level mechanics isn't really helping them. Despite creating space, it's much more about, are you able to rotate? Are you where you need to be? It's as simple as that, and right now, High Stakes is executing on that at a higher level.
You know, that's great humbleness too, especially, you know, come to the fact that this is against your team. But it's game recognized game. It's understanding that they are performing pretty well here. But it is still 1-0. You know, they had the opportunity on the orange side. You know, it was an unlucky whip from Ryan's, but that does give them hope that they can make it through.
Yeah, you'll hear a few oh no's from me because I do have a preference on to win this game.
Hey, and that's completely understandable. You know, it's one thing if you're a fan, it's another if you're the literal coach. But
I will continue to as well be unbiased and whatnot, right? But I mean, you see, people just aren't like. There's a late double commit on that, right? Meaning that one person was supposed to go and one person was supposed to support, and we just don't quite have it. And we got to get our speed, our rotation, a bunch of things, and specifically just our control under control. No pun intended. As Kingpin looks for a solo, not gonna find it. And Ryan, a whole team average of 6 boosts at the moment. Isn't gonna do it as Edge puts a bunch of power on that. Yeah, it looks like Stein wanted it backboard and Darty left it for him.
Oh no!
Or he was unable to.
Yeah, just unable to reach it with the boost. Darty, I think, putting trust in, which shows good chem, but at the same time, I believe he should be, you know, understanding that. At some point.
That's going to give us a game. Oh no, an infield pass doesn't quite work. It's going to be going back the other way. Gob might have a goal here. Doesn't find it, but time still ticking down. It's got to be now or never. 5 seconds left for Cosmos. Looking for a bang out. Risky when you have no one upfield. And see, there's another example, right? If we are able to take control there, we have 3 players, full boost, right under the ball, and we can start an attack. Right, one person can bump, or one person can go outlet for pass. We have all of these options, but if we bang that ball away, all of a sudden there's nothing. Right, we give it up for nothing. And despite Sedge with that final goal, and trying to get some pressure back in the other way, that's going to be a 2-0 series right now for High Stakes.
And it looks like they're threatening a sweep right now. Darty leading the charge with 2 goals, 6 shots. You know, he's putting a lot of pressure onto them. And I'm looking over to your side on the Cosmos, and it looks like they can do it. They had the opportunities. There was a little bit of a whiff, but it happens. You know, they talk about the hardest goals to shoot on are the open ones. But you know, I think he's not going to beat himself up about that. He's gonna wrap his mental. Hopefully his teammates pick him back up. And they go into the next one, and then, you know, maybe start a reverse sweep. You know, I'm not biased here. I just, you know, I respect game here, but it could go either way.
Yeah, absolutely. That said, it's tough to come back 2-0, right? We have, even if these games are that close, right? You got to win the close ones if you want to win the series. And being down 2-0, you put yourself in a little bit of a hole. Nothing we can't come back from, as Ryan. Take some good control there. A little bit suspect, but we get out of it. It's nothing that we can't come back from, but we've put ourselves in a hole. We have a job to do, and now it's time to do it. So let's. I sent a couple messages about some things that we've been talking about, and right now you see a lot more pressure coming out from Cosmos with a 3-man play off the backboard. Ryan looks to keep it in. And I mean, oh no, not like this. Immediately, we just hit with another open net.
It's painful because, you know, it's one thing to get scored on, you know, maybe on some outplay, maybe some passing plays where you kind of just be like, okay, you know, hats off. But a lot of these, you know, just banging out from just being a little bit too close, or at least not respecting the clear.
I mean, that's how I think High Stakes has gotten a lot of their goals today. And it's also frequently, as Darty puts one backboard there, threatening. Ooh, Kingpin barely keeps that out. Great save from him. It's been a lot of either full field bangs with no third man, or Darty or Gob or Stein just getting a beat, like one beat in the midfield. Whereas the Cosmos, it's felt like, have had a lot of team plays and a lot of pressure, but as soon as their attack doesn't work, it's just back the other way, and it is so threatening every single time.
I noticed there's, you know, they're really getting this boost steals as Sedge comes in with this air dribble, but no teammates to follow up. So now he's got the mid boost, though. Kingpin looking for a solo play, but there's 3 people on that defense right now. I don't think that really was the idea. Maybe take it to the backboard. But it is going to put some pressure immediately. He gets the 50 he needed, and maybe a shot from Sedge. Going to send it high, going to play it there. Darty gets the
Darty with a
perfect
great
touch. Oh, that is a huge play, very necessary. You know, it doesn't show up in the stats in the save, but Darty really coming up huge for his team there.
Yeah, as he has so many times so far. A lot of these plays is Stein looks for a solo, isn't going to find it though. And Gob takes a control touch, right? Gets a pass mid, and no one is there. But what it does is it buys his team time to get boost. As you see, 1 man, 2 man, no third coming through from the Cosmos. But the control is just so present for XV in a way that it hasn't been for Cosmos, and I think you see that fully reflected in the scoreline. Another full field bang almost in the net. If it were on target, it would have been. And that might be 2, but Ryan is there. Another great fast mechanical save. Kingpin is there. And they're executing on the difficult things, but the easy ones are just not coming through.
You know, I mean, that kind of adds up to a lot of play styles nowadays.
Oh my goodness, as Stein almost hits a disgusting double tap.
That is actually
my gosh.
challenge there for Gabi. Recognize he had very low boost going up into that, so really good use of the fast area. Be able to reach that ball and make a touch on it, but here he is now. He's going to have possession for himself. Sedge is going to punish that now. Darty, and the next follow-up.
Get someone on it. Should be some pressure here. Might be a shooting opportunity. Ryan gets it off the backboard. Demo from Kingpin. Stein is going to be there. Sedge looks to keep it in. Not quite the pinch he was looking for. Kingpin, great control touch. Does he have another? Might get a beat. Doesn't quite. As Stein doesn't get the pop, Sedge could be putting it back. Darty tosses it, and we're playing ping pong, folks. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, your own goal there. Darty's going to have to be able to react to this.
I mean, I know we didn't count the control touches, but it's so few. Like, regardless of what that exact number is, as Gob puts another one, great save from Kingpin. And just 1 control touch is all it takes to get some structure and some support. But if we're banging it out, our teammates can't be there to help us.
All I know is that Darty's really aiming for this game to be done now, so he has no worries of disappointment. He's really trying to put this in the bag, but it's a 1-0, so anything can still happen here. Ryan pushing up into Darty. Darty's going to look for that control there, as you're talking about. But Ryan's going to get the bump off. So now Gob has to make a difficult touch, if at all.
The thing is, that control, even if it gets challenged, right? Darty it wasn't like going back in his net because he was there to take a 50. And that's what the control does, right? As Stein gets a control touch back to Gob, like, they're doing a really good job of keeping control and keeping possession. And at the end of the day, like, that's what wins you Rocket League games. They've had a couple mechanical plays, right? But their offense has been, their goals have almost exclusively been just kind of these open nets that they're capitalizing on at a really high level. But oh no, as Kingpin side flips off it.
Gotta hurt.
Oh,
nearly in though,
14
big save.
seconds.
A little bit of a pickup there from Ryan, so they have 10 seconds
Take it to
now.
the end, Gold Moon.
Oh my gosh, and now they've got the ball here. Ryan's gonna look to go for the high, but it's a big 50 in favor of Darty. Kingpin's having to make a control touch, but he's not gonna be able to get it where he wants it. Stein putting for a quick shot. Ball's flying high. Kingpin wanting to reach it, but he's gonna go straight down, and that's not what you're looking for.
Oh,
Ladies
and
and
Turbo
gentlemen.
Pulsa was not there.
Turbo Pulsa was not there.
Not there.
A sweep
If Turbo,
there for Darty and the high stakes. A great showing from Stein, MVP, 4 shots in, being the one responsible for the goal. And yeah, I mean, what do you have to say for you know?
I mean, it was pretty clear, right? It was a controlled diff. After the first game, you saw my guys falling a little bit. You had 2 1-goal losses, but with that being said, they also only scored 2 goals the whole series. That happens when you can't get control of the ball, unfortunately, and it was a close on the score line, right? It was 2-1, 1-0, but it wasn't close in the series, and it's 3-0, and it is what it is. It was very clear what went wrong from the very beginning, and the adjustments just weren't able to be made. But you saw the level of skill and ability there. If that control was taken, if some different decisions were made, it wasn't for lack of ability. It was that High Stakes played very well as a team, as a unit. They supported each other on the 50s. They were there for the passes. Whenever they did take control, right, they had a team behind them and with them in a way that a lot of players at their rank do not. So they executed on what they needed to at a high level, and the Cosmos did not today.
And well, now we get ready for the next game. It is gonna be XV versus Funky Monkey on the B tier. Rob, if you'd like to get him sent the game code, so we can get into it.
Surely I can
Very
figure
excited
out
for this
who's
one,
on.
and I obviously will probably be biased a little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
Is that J-Man, Tatra, and
Yes.
is that that one?
Now I need to make sure that I could I now know why. I now know why. It Okay, so there's something going on. I don't know what keystroke is happening because these are Darty settings, and I have a 60% keyboard. But anytime it looks like when I alt tab that it ends up going to a different place when it's not supposed to.
That's good.
Yeah, so
But we're figuring
we're
it out as
cooking
we
here.
go.
And I should have Borrow set up here, but sometimes it wants to geek out. But I guess we'll go straight into this game. That way we can push through the time and everything, of course.
Excited to get cooking with these guys.
Good, check it. Yeah, Borrow overlay should be going.
That was a fake yawn.
Yeah, why would you do that, bro? That's messed up. But yeah, we can let them know to go. XV Blue, just in case they don't know. Go, go, go. And I'm really excited for this one. XV, my baby girls, my Pookie Wookies, going in against the Funky Monkeys. S team this week. We folded a little bit. You were talking about coming back from 2-0s pretty hard. We had them 2-0'd, and they came back pretty hard.
What happened? Wait, one more time?
Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it. I just had
What was it? Are you talking about your series?
per chance.
Oh, that's unlucky.
You just kind of look forward, but as we look forward to this game, to see how Tasha is taking on what is this card that Dagger is in? Oh my goodness. Oh, and a quick punish there from
Gizmo.
Why? Are they all gizmoed up?
No, the Gizmo's an incredible car. I will have to say. I think it has more aura than any other car in Rocket League, arguably.
I don't know about all that. I feel like if there is going to be a more aura having car, it's going to be this Arab. If you're going to go for a troll car. Oh, my goodness. And they're letting in a kickoff goal. We've got ourselves a series, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's actually also worth mentioning that coming into the season, Dagger is and was significantly higher than almost every other player in the tier in the 1v1 game mode. So seeing kickoff goals from him might be something we can get used to. And like simple outplays, right? Like just that level of control you see from one's mains. So it'll be interesting to see how that manifests in threes. I haven't watched any of his replays, but I've been curious to see how he's gonna perform. Oh my goodness!
Sheesh, nearly a nice little 1-2 punch there on the side of J-Man and Tatra. Really nicely well done.
Little putt 23, looking for an outplay, does get it, gets a bump as well as Fennec tosses it up. Could be shootable from Dagger, not going to as Fennec still keeps it in. And that big counterattack from Tatra, not going to find the back of the net, but almost. It's a great pass and a great shooting attempt.
Oh my goodness, this is some nice little game. I mean, I feel like, you know, no flame to the A tier, but like intentional passing plays and team plays are coming out a lot more frequent. I feel like it looks like they're looking for each other a lot on both sides, and they're really getting spared. I mean, this is really exciting.
I think the gap between tiers is a lot smaller than people think, except for S tier, right? Because S kind of doesn't have a ceiling because it's the highest, but C to B, B to A, right? Like, what is that? Champ 1 to Champ 2 to Champ 3 for the most part. And all that is 100 MMR. It's 10 games, right, of being better. And so the amount of improvement that players are able to make, especially if they're lower ranked, typically they haven't been training as long or they haven't had as much coaching. It's a great 50 from Fennec comes in. But you'll see a lot of lower ranked players improve faster than the higher ones because there's more improvement to be made. As Putt puts it in the top corner.
What a play there. Oh, a little bit of a double commit there from the side on XV. Putt was just perfectly placed from that.
You could say he putted there on purpose.
I hated that. I hated that.
Oh yeah, me too.
Anyways, we're going into the halfway mark of the game. Right now, Funky Monkeys will be holding up the lead. Nearly punished there. It looks like it's going to be an open net, and they're going to get another one on the go.
Punishes him in the net.
I don't know how many of this he's got in the tank, guys, but, you know.
Unfortunately, I did sign up to cast for the whole series, so you're stuck with me, Goldman. You're done. That is enough, though. 3-1, interesting. A lot of pressure coming out from that one that's XV, right? The orange team? Yeah. Funky Monkey is orange team, XV is blue team. Yeah, wonderful. Maybe I should have put the team names, huh, Goldman? Because Barl is fake.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know Barl. I didn't know Barl was choked like this.
Yeah, it's all actually Darty's fault.
Yeah, everyone played Darty. Oh, and
everyone played Darty.
Finally,
he was in here?
leaving the match from the previous one.
Okay, Stein.
Probably top 10 plays all day today. And as we get to the 2-minute mark, it looks like J-Man's going to have the opportunity for a solo play. He's going to look for the passing route. He probably wanted it there. It's going to be a one-on-one. Going to go pretty neutral in favor of Skins. Ooh, nice little roll to the wall there. He's going to try to get that high, but ends up hitting straight to Dagger. Dagger's trying to air dribble on nobody. Now Fennec. Look for the high pass and their follow.
They've done a really good job, Orange Team, of looking for passes off of control touches, right? They're there to support each other a lot, and they're committing quickly and as a unit, right? There's one touch mid, and it's a great shot from Putt 23. I'm not going to say anything about it, but nice solo play, gets it right over him. And that's a beautiful play. Dagger did double commit, but it's not going to matter at this point because it's in the back of the net.
Hey, as long as it's in there, man.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Moving on.
Anyway, Friendly Fennec looks for a pass mid. Putt looking to do it himself again. Really making his presence known right now. Great control touch from Dagger. There's that ones coming out. Doing a good job rotating back post as well. That's something that a lot of one players struggle with because they're so used to having to stay in the play. So it's good to see him even in threes. He is going to be trying to play as a team in the unit. Does so pretty well. Great support from him there. Skins, great pass mid. J-Man gets a shot, not going to be high enough, and Tatra's now in a struggling position. 3-on-1 coming the other way. Fennec doesn't get a shot off, keeps pressure though. 2 players on blue team now in the corner. Gonna take a 50, gonna come mid. Fennec might be able to turn on this, but Skins just keeps it in the corner. Fennec looking for one more mid. Not gonna find it. Putt. Keeping the pressure in, tossing it to the backboard. Doing a good job letting his teammate go. I'm not gonna lie, the things that I was talking about, my A team needing to do, this gosh, which one is orange? I apologize. Funky Monkey is what a funny name. They are executing, their B team is currently executing those concepts at a higher level than my A tier team was, and there's no shade. I think they're also executing them at a higher level than the high stakes A tier team. I think that was a really a genuinely really well played game. You saw the pressure, you saw dumping the ball, letting your teammate go, you saw the support, right? Well, maybe they didn't have the control and ability to execute, right, that you saw from those other players with the flip resets and the air dribbles and the double tap attempts, right? But what you are seeing is some really, really high level team play coming out from them. And when I say team play, I don't just mean passes. I mean taking a 50 and letting your teammate go if they have a better angle. I mean tossing it across the net, right, and letting your teammate go. I mean playing for each other and for the space that's occupied and will be occupied, as opposed to we're all players who are good on the same field, let's do our thing. It's we're going to use each other to win the game.
That was beautiful. That was really beautiful.
Thank you.
And now as we carry on into the second part of this game, hopefully they make the adjustments on the side of XV. If not, they're going to be facing a 2-0 deficit, and of course, they're very difficult to come back. It takes a lot of power there, so it's like they have what it takes. They put a goal in, and it was a really good play. It wasn't one of those flukes that kind of just goes through, and they're going to have to look for each other a lot more here.
Yeah. And again, you saw one control touch already out of Monkey. Fennec puts it to the sidewall, right, playing for his teammate, gets the beat for his teammate, who gets another pass mid. And so you're seeing they're using each other so well. The insta challenge, already having the support of Dagger, takes his space, takes the control, looks for a shot, isn't going to find it, but immediately, right, they're calm. They all have 100 boost. They're spaced out. They're rotating. They're not panicking, they're executing, right? One touch out, one touch back mid, looking for teammates. The next teammate goes. He pops it up, looking for the next teammate to go. And it's really, really well done. Buying time, dumping the ball like a puck when you want your teammates to be able to get back safely. Great control, pass mid, and again, they're using each other. Putt, leaving it for Dagger, right? It's really, really high-level team play coming out from them. Even if they aren't doing crazy things when they have the ball, what they are doing is, it's a very high floor of performance.
Right now, they're getting a little bit flustered on the defense as Dagger's looking for Fennec. A great pass there, but an even better save. Now Tacha's going to have the opportunity to get this out. He's going to look for Skins. Loses the flip, though, on the timing, so Skins going to really stretch out there. J-Man, a good third man, but low-key could have been in the net. And now it's going to be a hard defensive read, and it's going to be shot just a little bit wide. It's going to get a little bit of a bailout there for XV.
And all of that came from J-Man banging the ball as third instead of taking that one control touch. As Dagger is going to get a nice shot off the wall. Again, though, right? So there's a little bit of a bang, and you see the control from Dagger, able to get an intentional, powerful shot turning the angle on the ball, right? You can't turn the ball that quickly if you don't take control of it. And they're, again, just a really, really well executed play.
Now, double commit there on the side of Funky Monkey. Hopefully they can punish this and start getting into a position, but Dagger is going to say, no way, Jose. Take control into this 50 skins. Prep himself, but he ends up being a misread. So Tacho having to follow up with this position. Get it to the side now. But use all his boost to get this touch. Is it going to be the touch that he needs? As it is a little bit of a miss. Lots of misses coming out now. XV looks like the pressure's really starting to get on.
With the ceiling almost. That was a weird interaction.
Yeah,
I feel like it should have gone farther.
Hit it with his purse, I guess.
You know,
I like the idea. Halfway mark of this game, J-Man. Tacho's going to rotate out, so he's going to follow up. 3 balls there for Putt Putt. Go to this corner, going to get a nice boost steal. J-Man's going to have to take this in with 0 boost, so having to execute out. Ooh, big clear, but again, they're just really hammering on this backboard. Luckily, Tacho's there for any pass that started. But they really got to get it clear. Right now, Skins had the opportunity for possibly an open net there, but it's just going to go.
Yeah, and again, the level of support and rotation is just really impressive from the B-tier team. Funky Monkey, the orange team, Curly, I don't mess that up. But they're just, they keep their third man back, right? They're playing the bang. They have the support when on the ball, right? One goes, another one's up immediately, faster than the other team, every single time, right? One touch gives it away, now Fennec is there, full boost, ready for it, right? Looking for a double tap, not gonna find it today, surely soon. Putt Putt though, still on the support, keeps it in, keeping it there for Dagger, gets the 50, doesn't actually, gets over him, could be dangerous now as but Fennec is there just doing his job. Even though he's dead, he buys his team time to get back. And just fully committing to the team concept. Skins could look for a double here, gets it off the crossbar.
Oh, the fake!
Doesn't have the shot.
Come on! Someone! Oh, the pop around!
Being edged on stream!
Oh,
oh
no!
Who gets the ball? Oh my goodness.
This is the second game currently. Eckler Barrel is not working right now, so if anyone asks, I will update them. But this is the second game, 1-0 Funky Monkeys. It is a very intense second.
Goodness gracious. And they're going to really want that one back.
Okay, 30 seconds now. J-Man looking for a mid pass, but there's no one there. So it's just going to be a free clear for Dagger. Tacho getting a little bit.
Uh-oh, and a whip from Dagger is going to put them in a stressful position here. Putt Putt pops it over, is going to be dangerous, not going to have a shot. Dagger tosses it back mid, J-Man keeping it here. Dagger now looking to finally get this ball out, still in a stressful position, gets a demo, buys time. Putt Putt now has some boost, Skins, gets it around him. Doesn't have the support he needs, gets another 50, 4 seconds left, gotta keep this ball up. Dagger just going to let it drop.
Oh.
And I don't know how I feel about that, but it is a winning strategy.
Respect
I don't know about respectable, but it is valid.
I mean,
I think
for the points.
Did they score the first game? Blue team?
They did.
Word.
So.
Then I would have kept it up because you don't have a perfect sweep anyway.
But anyways, now there for XV, they're going to be going down 2-0 to Funky Monkeys. They're really going to have to adjust here, and I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of anything personal. You're working with someone with 140 ping, so a lot of reads are hard. And, J-Man with the 50 points, it's hard to get active.
It's the panic.
It really was. They had the offensive pressure there at the end, and there was a little bit of whiff. I don't remember who exactly it was, but
it was
they had the opportunity. They had it. And
yeah, it was
kind of let it out and let it slip.
If you had one shot. Anyway, but I think it's panic, control, and trust in your teammates, right? The things that we're talking about Funky Monkey doing so well, we're watching XV not. And it's kind of like, it's very reminiscent of my A-tier series, right? Where you saw one team just kind of play better Team Rocket League. And it's obviously, that's a very large, that can mean a lot of different things, but it meant all of them, right? It kind of how it does right now. And you can see there have been opportunities, there have been solo plays, there have been plays on the ceiling, there have been double tap attempts. There's all of these things there for XV. But at the end of the day, they're not having the support at the level of their opposition. And they're not there, and they don't have the boost or the positioning. And it's hard to make up for those things and change that flow and equation in the middle of a series. It's difficult to catch up.
Now we're getting here, big offense side. They wanted to keep this close pocket, playing really well. Young can buy more time, but they're going to still have possession. Now Papa has this off the sidewall. J-Man's going to say, no way, Jose. Playing that down. Grab the boost. Into the dagger. A bit awkward here, but taking it to 2. Probably looking for the 3rd here. Look at the collection. Reset.
That was a great empty jump recovery from Tacho to get under that ball, by the way. I've also been very impressed by Putt-Putt's efficiency. There's not a lot of wasted movement when he decides to do something. That's something that you don't see a lot at this level. But he's just very deliberate, right? If he's going for an aerial, there's no wasted air roll, right? He's not just boosting everywhere. It's just like here going for that shot. It's just straight up hitting it powerfully with the corner. And as, oh my goodness,
Big
great save from J-Man. Yeah, but again, as you just see a level of being deliberate and quick and efficient that just 2 players, right, in one play. And it just keeps happening in various parts of the field, and I wanted to show some love to someone who is impressing me so far this series.
Yeah, I mean, and that's very respectful. I was even kind of noticing that, but here he is, Fennec too as well, getting his name called out on the score. Just a little bit of an outplay on his own teammate there from J-Man. Has to get that forward.
It's the panic again,
yeah,
right?
Again, miscommunication, because even then, you know, gotta recognize that he's going up.
It's not necessarily something that the Orange team is creating, but they're doing such a good job of, again, just capitalizing. They're throwing the ball into places that are making them panic, and then they're so much more composed. It's organized chaos for high stake, or not for high stakes, for Funky Monkey, and it's just regular chaos for XV right now.
Clear there from Tasha. Big demo there from Skins, but gotta get him off the ball. Now J-Man having possession, looking for 50 out across. Dagger shooting out from the back. And Skins trying to place that. A good attempt on the shot, but the placement is a little bit wide. Feet off the backboard there. Tasha looking for that touch. A lot of these 50s are being met. It's a lot better looking for both sides. Here it is, a shot, maybe opportunity, and it's gonna be a crossbar down. Had me a little bit nervous with the way that was gonna bounce out, but this is the jump they needed, the push that's gonna get them going, hopefully.
I don't know if that shot was in, Goldman. I think that if Putt-Putt had rotated a little bit wider instead of flipping into that shot, because he was never going to save that shot if it was in, right? But if he had rotated wider into that, I think that he can save that off of that bounce. Oh, it's a great shot.
Goodness.
Great speed. So this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? He's first man. He knows his job is to just throw this ball into a terrifying position as fast as he can. Right, he gets that, and whether that's in or off the backboard, Dagger's already there. But it's the speed difference in really playing as a team. He knows he has his team behind him, so he's okay just throwing himself in quickly, right? And it's those little things that are really adding up for the difference in pressure that you see for Funky Monkey. I've also been impressed by Friendly Fennec.
Saw you calling out his teammate, and he said, "I want a little bit of action too."
Yeah. He's doing a great job. Like, he's a great support player right now. Yeah.
Scoff at. It's a difficult one.
Not at all.
You know, not a lot of people really slot those, whether intentional or not. That's still a great shot.
Yeah, absolutely. He's putting the ball in a really threatening area, regardless of whether it's supposed to be in or not, and it's difficult to do from there. Oh, nice outplay from Putt-Putt. Fennec on the support here. Uh-oh, Dagger with a front flip upfield is going to put Putt-Putt in a very stressful situation. Put Putt-Putt.
Good tackle there from J-Man. Spinning go off the side. That's what Fennec will do.
Great control. Dagger's there, super threatening, great support. Should be a member of Funky Monkey on this ball. Yep, right there for you. And they rotate like a GC plus team.
They're really understanding their basketball took the pressure on this team here. Oh, about thought that was an own goal. We've got 20 seconds to get this ball downfield and get that goal to tie up the game. But putting it to the corner though, a really high IQ play there. Forced that play in, a big save, followed up. 10 seconds, leading through. There's no one there but J-Man. Putt, having to play this close, trying to choose some block, but Dagger beats the defender and the bump. They're gonna have to keep this up, but it looks like it's gonna bounce a little awkward. It's gonna stay up in the air. They're looking to keep this there, and it is gonna drop.
That was a really dominant series. I know there were a couple close score lines in there, but that felt correct. Like, did you feel differently? Like, that felt very one-sided to me.
You know, you really just see the control of the game, the pace there from Funky Monkeys, and it really wasn't just one player. They played as a team, and I think that really, you know, shows some light of how Bass is getting them.
I mean, there were 3 different players that won MVP that series for them. Like,
Yeah,
when we're talking about them playing as a team, Putt got the first one, then Dagger got the second, and Fennec got the third, right? And so you see just like genuinely a lot of contributions coming in from every spot, and not even just on the ball. Like, that was better than some S tier teams' rotations, like, unironically. Like, that was a very impressive game from them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like it wasn't flashy, but it gets the job done, and that's really all you need. I think it kind of pays a little bit of homage to what real pro play even could look like. You know, people
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
the NA play style versus EU, and you know, I make a joke a lot of times about having EU players on my team that they're really good at passing, because that's kind of the style. And I mean, Bass
Mhm.
being an EU coach is seems like that really applies there, and you know, he must have been really hammering that down with his team, and it's cool. It's cool to see that. Especially in a tier like B tier, you know, he's giving them tools that's really going to carry through
Yeah,
throughout
absolutely.
their you know, grinding through the ranks. They definitely have a lot of potential to be able to push
They're
through
building
that.
a base to a foundation to really continue to improve on. It's
Hmm.
not just, oh, this is how you double tap, right? Or like,
Hmm.
oh, I would have hit a reset musty there. It's like, these are things, the way that they're thinking about the game and learning to think about the game, um, is gonna really translate to, like you said, wherever they end up going, whether it be Champ 2, Champ 3, GC1, GC2, GC3, right? Even
Hmm.
beyond, the things that they're learning are applicable all the way throughout.
And you know, as we get ready into this next game, we're going to be seeing C tier from, you know, both very respectable coaches with Beans and Othos, and very excited to see this as I recognize some players from the games, and as we finally get back onto schedule, perfectly, funny enough. So we'll be getting that ready. Um, how's everyone doing?
Oh, before we actually do that, I would like everyone who's watching to be aware that there was an announcement for the league posted where there's a feedback form for improvement. So anything that you want to change, anything that you have any opinions on, even things that you thought were great, right? That is something that we here at the league really care about. So please, please, please fill out the feedback form, even if it's just to tell me that you think Gold Moon is a better caster than I am,
Whoa,
or
whoa,
that you
whoa, whoa!
think
Do
that
not discredit yourself,
I'm,
bro. You've been doing a
or
great
if
job.
you think
Everyone,
that
let's give a round of
I'm
applause
way.
there for Rob. You know, he's really been
I
keeping
was
it up.
gonna. Okay,
With
okay,
how much of
okay.
a, you know, of a hiccup this setup has been. You know, I promise I usually
Oh my
get this stuff set
goodness.
up, but there was some issues with the way the files were working, and OBS was not being friendly to me today. I about had to set up everything from scratch. Like, what is this?
Goat
2010? Come
talk.
on, we're living
Goat
in
talk.
2024.
Goat talk. But anyway, please fill out that feedback form. I know that I will be. And even if you're like, man, this is just my opinion, I don't think anyone will care. We will care. We might not make any changes about it, but your feedback, regardless of what it is very valuable. Right? If enough people say the same thing, that means that it's a problem. But if you're like the only person with the problem, then like maybe We'll talk about that later. If we don't know that you have a problem if you don't tell us that you have a problem. So please, 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 please fill out the feedback form. Thank you. That
Yeah.
sponsorship was from Cool Nerd Games.
Yay, cool nerd.
Shout out everything
My
he
goat.
does for
My
the
goat.
league and the Discord.
You know, they
And
talk about LeBron James and Michael
yay,
Jordan, bro, but they don't talk about cool nerd. You know,
they shouldn't.
that. Anyways, as we get ready for
Okay.
this, Rob, if you want to send out the code to the
The
egg
C tier
team and yeah,
teams.
C tier eggs and C tier
C tier
farmers.
eggs. The only C tier. Oh, eggs and farmers. I feel like there's some dynamic there.
It's poetic, you know. Are they gonna farm the eggs, or the chicken or the egg become the egg and the form in the before.
I know who
And
does. Never mind.
uh I don't remember which one's the C tier. I think it's the ones down there with
Yeah.
you see him? You see him? You
Yeah, I
mentioned
see
him?
him.
I believe it's the
The I see one of them. Oh wait, is it? I see two of them.
we should stream Coach Scrims, says Othos. What does that mean?
Be down. I think that'd be sick. We should just have the coaches. There's 6 of us, right? Why don't we just do 3v3? That'd be so raw.
Oh,
Speaking of
like an
feedback
all-star
form,
weekend?
yeah, something
Yeah.
that I personally want to do. So,
Is
couple things.
not allow trades in the same day. Right back.
You sound like you can fill out that part of the feedback form, Goldmoon. I think it's a great rule. You got outplayed anyway.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Point
my.
is, point is,
Oh
point
my.
is, it wasn't even on the field. It wasn't
Okay.
even on the field.
Now that I've gotten over it though, all I gotta say is, as a coach, well played. Like that.
Thank
That's
you. Thank
that's
you. Thank
crazy.
you.
That's a crazy pool. That's
Yeah.
that's like
Went
that's
from
like
having
getting
a
Alex
2v3. Do
Caruso.
not join.
That's like getting. Don't,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, don't join.
For Josh
Don't join.
Giddy.
Yeah.
For Josh Giddy.
Yeah, like that. That's pretty crazy.
Thank you. Thank you. But something that would be cool would be like if the coaches matches were 3v3, right? Because so I'm going to fill out a feedback form about that because it would be cool to be able to play with my players and execute with them on the concepts that we're talking about, right? Because me playing in a 2v2 against Othos with just like with our S tier players, it's like that's cool, right? But like then it's like a glorified 1v1. You got Beans versus Paco with both SSL ones peaks, and all of a sudden like it's just them with some like GC ones on their team, and it's just a glorified 1v1. But if we made this something where it's okay, me and 2 of my players are against Beans and 2 of his players, then it's much more about executing the concepts we're talking about with this B tier team, like the things that they're very good at, as opposed to oh shit, dude, Beans hit another double tap. Like what do I do now? Like I can't stop that. Instead, it's have one person challenge, have one person support low and one person support high. And all of a sudden, oh my goodness, I'm teaching them how to execute on the concepts. I can teach them how to calm, right? I can show them what I do in my matches. And it's for a lot of people who are new to leagues and stuff, the ability to communicate is also something they haven't worked on. So
All
I think
right.
there's a ton of reasons that would be really cool to have the coaches matches be 3v3s. And for people who are considering filling out the feedback form, that's something that I would do, right? That's something that I'm going to put on it. So anything that you feel, anything that you think, toss that in there.
All right, well, now let's get into the game here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very exciting one. It's his first C tier of the day, first C tier I've seen in like forever. So I really want to see what they offer, what they've got going on. I recognize a lot of players here. Pretty much all of the farmers. They're all my goats. The egg teams, I'm really excited to see the beans with them as a start here. I recognize Rob Mavo. He's real cool dude.
Probably has something to do with his name. Rob.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that's crazy. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, 4:40 on the clock here. Taylor and Dante usually kind of here, but either way, got a nice play here. Look at the mid pass. Dog. off the pass. Spear, nice little team play there, but a lot more than
Oh, nice little pass as Spear's going to keep it mid, not going to have his support on the play. Great patience from Corndog. I will say, I've been playing a few six-mans recently, or just in-houses, and Taylor and Spear have been in there, and I've been really impressed with his speed. As Spear, right as I'm talking about that, tosses it off the backboard really threateningly, and Taylor's there for the support, right?
One!
So,
ladies and gentlemen,
quick.
What a dunk there. Taylor, not even barely.
Put on a poster.
Yeah. What a start here for the C tier. Oh, and Soul is repping the Falcons. I currently don't know what the score is because he's already set me up for failure by making me host on Championship Sunday for shame. Oh!
As Spear finds another one.
How does that
right, and
slide
so
in there?
ironically, less than 5 seconds after I start talking about Spear, he creates 2 goals. And I think you're going to continue to see that. His level of consistency with speed and just executing what he wants to quickly, like there, just getting to the ball, just threatening a ton, right? Is jumping off this wall, wave dashing, staying supersonic on the way out. That level of speed is something that a lot of C-tier players struggle both to execute on and to read and react to. So I think you're going to see that create a lot of problems here for how do you like your eggs. Wow, what a crazy pinch.
Well, 3:30 left on the clock here as it is 2-0 from the Monarchs. Really taking command here. A little bit mystery there from Taylor. Still have to drop and follow up. This position, so now Spear. Back. Soul getting a big demo though. Just a lot of pressure. Ooh, mechanical play now. Coming in from Spear. It's going to just go straight back to Corndog. And he's going to allow himself to really get this offense going. Oh, what? Huh?
I mean, there it is again, right?
How did this happen? Oh.
I mean, Spear's just faster, right? And it's kind of exactly what I was talking about. He's reading the game. He's executing it faster than everyone else. And he has the rest of the lobby combines for 2 shots. And he's got 5 with 2 minutes into the game with 2 goals and an assist. So in terms of creating pressure, right now Spear is an entirely class of his own.
Yeah, what a great punish there to be able to slip out that little bit of a mistouch to get great speed to that ball. Here he is
Gets
now.
beat to this though, really threatening on the counter.
I would say it was a nice
Corndog,
push, you know.
yeah.
You know,
But,
not
I mean,
a lot
if
of people, you know, they try out, wait, what is going on here? Oh,
my
it's
goodness.
getting wide. There's so much. People are, I guess, undercover agents right now, some sleeper agents playing for opposite teams. All right, we got a little breakaway.
Something I think worth considering or mentioning is that in these lower tiers, when you see kind of, it's not that they're one-player teams in any capacity, but when you see one player that's kind of leading the way, right, like Spear is right now, oh goodness, as Corndog finds the bottom corn dog of the net. Oh, there's something to be said for, don't acknowledge it. There's something to be said for you playing around that player, right? So if you have Spear overcommitted in any capacity, like if I get Spear to force early and I'm the blue team, I'm happy about it, and then I go all in with, and I make Taylor and Corndog have to make that save, right? But in these lower tiers where you have legitimate different levels of play in a way that in S tier Gold Moon, right? Everyone is pretty similar. You can trust people to get the touch. They have their specialties, as Spears almost finding the net again. But in C tier, right, there's different players have very distinctly different abilities, and playing around your opposition's abilities and being able to read them, understand them, and react to them is really, really important.
Now sitting in a nice position. Really analyzing like such a simple tier to a really nice extent here as Spear just puts another one on. I mean, you know, it's great to kind of see the mind of a coach. I try to understand the game as much as I can. I'm still at a level that I, still need to understand. About second to last in the S tier league like 2 weeks ago or something. a little disappointed with myself.
It's tough.
You know, and it's a hard, hard man's game going out here.
What do you mean by
Maybe
that?
maybe I gotta be.
It's hard. Okay.
Keep going. Keep it. Don't pause on it. Don't pause on it. You know, maybe I should be in the C tier. And then just really, I mean, it's kind of cool though to be able to see the way you analyze this even at the top of this. They still do it all.
Yeah.
In essence.
It could be said, like, it's very easy to just be like, oh, they're all somewhere between Diamond 3 and Champ 2. Like, it's not that complicated. They miss the ball and they go for it. They don't hit it how they want, right? Like, there's something to be said about that. But also, it's fascinating because it's almost like it's a different game. Right? You have your anchor, your star, who you play around in a different way. In one thing that I think, so my C tier has been on a tear lately, and I think it's because we have two players who I think are like Spear, right? And it's really interesting because one of them, this is the plan going into it, one of them is more patient, calmer, a passer, he's a controller, right? And one of them is like how Spear was just everywhere and super fast, right? And so they complement each other, and it's almost like a two-man game with a midfielder, as opposed to the way that we think about Rocket League at the GC1, GC2, GC3 levels. So like Spear, right? 7 shots, 3 goals, 2 assists. Without him on that field, right? All of a sudden this game looks almost identical, right? The teams do. And so I think that's going to be the X factor going into this is what can the blue team do to slow down Spear Savage on the offensive end? 0 saves. They only got 2 shots. If they can stop him and make someone else have to beat them, I think that there's something there.
I like that call out there, you know, and then again, that team, you know, knowing them all personally is nothing to scoff at. You know, you talk about shutting down Spear, then you got Taylor and Corndog to follow that up.
Yeah.
Corndog, a really good player. You know, he's gone for balls in the air that I wouldn't even imagine going for at as many hours as he has. You know,
Yeah.
the kind of threat that he provides. And I've noticed I did not load into the game, or did I? Are we all here?
I believe so.
Okay,
We're
that was weird.
spectating.
I had a little weird thing. Look how respectable they are. They're here chilling.
Yeah, that's nice
never
of them.
seen that before. But yeah, you know, someone like Corndog being able to outplace himself and be able to look for his team, and we even saw glimpse of that a little bit to set up a lot of these plays. And Taylor herself really enhanced the moment she got up to dominance. You know, I think that was the biggest change for her.
Oh, that's immediately in their net, though.
Big punish there, a little bit of miscommunication. Not sure what happened here.
But if you're, how do you like your eggs? I mean, there's nothing else you would want to start this game than that. That makes you feel confident. It brings the energy back, the mojo. You can feel like you really do this. Because losing like they did, it's tough. It's tough mentally to, oh my goodness. As Rob Babel makes a huge save. Taylor hits it around him, and the momentum still is going the other way. I mean, that's arguably more of a gut punch than not scoring your own right away. So that almost goes
like
right
I
against
said,
what I was saying.
Taylor has the outplay ability. That's a big 200 IQ play. The way that she read Soul going into the ball and ends up hitting behind him.
I think those are going to be the X factors.
Yeah.
I think like Taylor getting those beats is because we saw Spear create a ton on his own, right? So he's probably just going to do that. But if you see Taylor start to score on her own, and you see Corndog start to get some of these outplays, then you're dealing with like a 3-headed Hydra monster of C tier that is like, it's not just, okay, we got to stop this guy and we win. If everyone is functioning on that high level like we're talking about, then it becomes almost impossible to not only slow them down, but beat them. I mean, that's almost the exact thing we're talking about. as you see one go for the pass, one go for the shot, one go for the demo, and it's cooking on all cylinders, and it's dangerous over here, but pressure's still coming in for farm. How do you like your eggs? You could call them eggs.
And now 3:40 on the clock. Again, Orange team the offense. They did a big boom here, so corn dog. They're going to collect in the corner. Really nice, simple play. Not a lot of people. They try to force those around. That's really nice. Now he's going to go out mid. Someone could tackle this ball. It's going to be Valen. Going to go for the fake, leave it for Soul. Taylor's going to sniff that out. Now, there's a little bit of small ball here. Get this out hard. Maybe look for Spear is going to play it out there. Going to go for the boost. It looks like he wants to wear them down. A nice little simple play here. Taylor's going to get the clear out to the side. Going to go right to Rob Mata.
A little bit of a double commit. Could be dangerous.
A little bit feisty, and now time on, but good communication there. Spears on it. Now Cornog's got a free ball. He's going to bang it to the corner. He's going to put Valen in an awkward situation. He's going to have to read it. He gets the read. He's going to allow Spear to follow it up, but the midfield is now demoed. Now it's all home.
Taylor looks for a pass mid. Isn't going to have her flip, but does get the beat. Valen's going to keep it in. Still threatening here for the eggs. Soul gets 50 by Spear. He might have a big clear following it. Doesn't quite get it. And now it might be open for a second. If Rob's able to get a one-touch mid, Valen's there. Gets beat. Soul looking to keep the pressure. That might be top corner. And Spear with a great save as we're talking about. That speed is, and that's why you need to get this counter attack when he's not there, is because how else do you place that ball? Right? Like, what else can you do except for throw that with power to the top corner?
I kind of like that little note too. That the speed of a counterattack, as well as Spear, doing his own on both sides. Taylor getting a great touch out.
Yeah, that's a
perfectly
great
where
pass.
it is. They weren't prepared. Still try to get it, but just a little bit too far. And I mean, it's so simple, right? A counterattack is whole, but I never thought about it in that way, to be honest. Like the reason you would go for it, the speed that you need. It's like I always analyze it as, oh, it's a counterattack. But you can recognize those star players like that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, right? That's the third goal that's been created directly by Taylor in this game.
Look at that car control. I mean, this is C tier that we're talking about. And Spear has such great car. I've told Spear himself personally, so he knows I'm not fronting him. But I've generally said, like, he is such a good player. Like, from the in-houses and everything.
Yeah.
Just how it is. Like, the way he understands car control and all that. Obviously, the game sense is what's going to have to follow. And it looks like Otos is doing great by him. Really, giving him the knowledge that he needs. And that really just pays homage to how great of a coach he is, but how great of a recipient Spear is. To be able to take all that information in and take it well.
Yeah, he's so far really impressive. There's a short list of players. That's a great shot again. Right, but there's a short list of players who I think are in C tier that could be in B and above. And not recently, I've been like I said earlier, I've met him in some six-mans not long ago, and I was pretty impressed. And watching this, he has firmly added himself to that list of players in my mind, who's only, 3 to 5 players in the tier that I'm not going to name them because I'm not going to have that be a thing. But he's playing a really high level, especially for the lobbies that he's in. It's really impressive.
He's really, to talk about, 1v3. I've mentioned that when it was G versus G2, it really showed that. Even though they lost, you can see the ability to do that. Lost yesterday, and now you've got Spear and Elite coming in to be able to say that, hey, I'm really putting this on my back, and that's not to say anything against this team. As they're playing really well, it allows him to play like this. Taylor with a great fake. I mean, totally not a missed shot. And it allows Spear to then have the space that he needs, and he can put that shot in where he needs it.
Think about it like, I mean, if you have one of, let's say, just the best player in the lobby, right? We'll make the LeBron comparison, right? If LeBron's role players are shooting 100% from 3, then LeBron will never lose a series, right? And so it's kind of what we're talking about, where these players are playing exceptionally well, around Spear, right? Like, it's not they had a different player there, some of these passes, right? Some of these defensive plays, that shot top corner would have been a goal with a different player there. That pass that Spear scored on that aerial where you talked about his car control probably wouldn't have been a goal. If you just change those two things, as Taylor puts almost this in the back of the net, instead of this being a 5-1 ball game, just those two swaps, it's like 4-2. One more thing that Spear's able to do and someone else isn't, and it's 3-3. So that difference is huge, and it's being shown with back-to-back almost 700-point performances from Spear.
I mean, what a way to really take this game, in the hands of yourself, really allowing it. But even then, the goal there from Taylor to bring it back.
Yeah.
They start with the goal on the egg side. You talk about the momentum, and I think the game is as much mental as it is mechanical and game sense wise. And I think it really is just elevating the Farms team. They're sitting nicely. They're sitting up 2-0. They've got it pretty convincingly. I think the egg team's really gonna have to adapt here, figure something out. You talk about shutting down Spear, but it's a lot easier said than done. I mean, the man's got great car control. He's on levels mechanically that they aren't right now, and so I think they really gotta play with each other more so than combat at this point. But let's see if they can do.
I mean, so right now I have the numbers up. Right now, the Farmers are out shooting eggs 10.5 to 2.5 per game.
Whew. Per game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spear has 6 shots and 3.5 goals per game. It's 669 points.
Nice.
Nice. So, I mean, what you see is kind of from that other game, right, that we just watched. Yes, Spear took over the second half, but it was his teammates. Taylor created the first 3 of those goals, as we were mentioning, right? So you'll see, if that happens, I don't think that blue team can win this game. If they're going to let the other players also create at that level, you can win a game by giving up 2 or 3 goals, And if that's all that you let Spear get, you can win this. But if you're going to let him get 3.5 goals a game and his teammates create, that's not a winnable formula. So you got to kind of pick and commit. You got to make almost a decision. I'm going to commit to shutting down Spear, and I'm going to give Taylor, and I'm going to give Corndog this opportunity, because I can't stop everything. And so it's going to be really interesting to see how they're able to, if they're able to come back from this, as they have a huge counterattack with numbers and speed. Valen gets the pass mid, and Spear is there to shut it down again, just making his presence known on both sides all series long.
Triple commit is forced though. Valen, a little bit of a miscomm though. It's going to be a punishment if Taylor's bounce out. Just one on the shot, Rob beating Spear perfectly. Spear to beat that with 0.
That's
going to
a
allow
great
Taylor
shot.
with a great arrow shot. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. There's Spear creating with the speed, and Taylor just shutting it down with her speed right after, right? Just not leaving any room for doubt.
I mean, great improvement around, those. I had him as a coach last season, and, his whole thing is getting prepared for that playoff. He might have some hiccups in the road, and I don't know how, his team seems like really adjusted that whole game more.
We're going to be watching him play next on stream, actually.
Yeah, that'll be very fun to get a OG coach. And, but it seems like it's really coming to fruition already still in the ring. We have about 3 weeks, including this one, until the playoffs. Those placements are set, and it looks like he's really sitting on he's getting to where they need to be. And it's really exciting to see. Spear knowing Taylor.
What the fuck?
On a personal standard, and now as a team coming together. I mean, we talked about like shutting down. And, I had Ray with Sosa yesterday. He's talking about like if you shut down that star player, someone is forced. It's not, it's not like you can kind of just try to get it over there. If they shut him down, they're gonna shut him down. And Spear is surrounded by great players. In Taylor and Corndog that can do just that. Corndog defensively seems really well.
Oh my goodness. Good. And Taylor's stepping up over and over again. right? Like Spear gets the beat, and I was gonna say sometimes you're gonna have to let Taylor shoot, but maybe, I mean, if she's going to be shooting like this, then there's nothing to be done, is the problem, right? If you have Spear just creating, I mean, I think that Taylor and Spear have like assisted or scored on almost every goal. That's not true. Game 1, Corndog had a goal and 2 assists as well. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is a 3-headed monster again, similar to that. It's reminiscent of the Funky Monkey Beast here too.
Yeah, I think it's really well, especially like, you know, we haven't seen Corndog offensively too much this series, but just transitionally and like positionally, he's played so well. I mean, look at that pass. Oh my goodness, if I got a pass like that, I'm eating that up, you know. It went a little bit in the favor of the other ones, and a little miss. We're kind of on the Blaze train for farmers, you know. Can't forget about the other side. They're here to show up too. But really well done. I mean, now 2 minutes in the clock, and they've made itself, you know, they made this a game. They have the opportunity.
The problem is, I still don't feel good about it until I've seen them create for themselves. Right, like, yes, they did a really good job of capitalizing on that, and yes, that it's a goal for them, but that was very distinctly a mistake made by farmers as opposed to an outplay from eggs. And it's difficult to win a series when you're not getting outplays. It's doable, right? But like, I mean, they've gotten one other goal the whole series besides that one, right? Like, they've got to start getting their own pressure if they hope for anything to come from this. But it is only one goal, and anything can happen, so.
Now they're sitting here comfortably. They want to get this offense to big demo to shut that down, but Rob following it up nicely here. They're going to something here.
Good pressure still there. Something we haven't seen a lot of.
They had the idea, now they really need to execute. Corndog is here, coming in the 1-2 punch, no one to follow it up. It's going to be the double.
Taylor
really gets that through.
You're also seeing the level of control that I was talking about with the other tiers. It's still there, but oh my god, great demo from Spear. Though.
What's he thinking about?
Mixing all the words. I don't know, but it's just like that. What separates Spear is his ability to get control and follow it with speed. As you see, Corndog is there to finish that off. But right, Spear controls it up the wall, gets a controlled touch on the follow, is ready to recover and do something after immediately. Right, it's a level of control not only with the ball but with the car that you're seeing over and over and over again, and it's executed at a really high level where it's just not quite there for other players. Looks like a good B tier player, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next game he came back and within that time. I mean, this team as a whole, of those such great players with knowledge here, and they themselves seem like they're going to take it from the ball. They're going to be taking a nice sweep here. They're sitting.
Yeah.
What a game there. What a game.
I mean, it got better and better for eggs as it went, but it's just so tough to. If you got a whole player with a whole team coming at you like that, I mean, they scored 13 goals to 2 this series. Like, it's tough. That was tough to watch. I'm pulling up some stats right now for you. So overall, Spear averaged 600 points per game, 4 goals, over 4 shots, over 2 goals a game, also with a save per game and a demo per game. And then Corndog and Taylor both right there at about 300 points per game, contributing in a bunch of different ways. That's so many points per game. It is so difficult to. If you're going to be conceding 10 shots per game over a 3-game series, it's just not going to really be feasible to be coming out with a win in that situation.
And I mean, what a great showing now as we finally get into, you know, the coaches match, the final.
Oh, let's go.
Here.
So we got. Do we know who they're playing with?
No, I'm sure they'll bring him in with them, but it'll be Othos and Beans. We'll see if Beans is ready. I'll get him in real quick, but yeah, I mean we're about done here. It's been really good. Cast it with you, Rob. I mean, this is great, man.
Yeah, this has been fun. This is I think I don't know if I was supposed to cast more, but then I am casting next week. Let's go. But I'm gonna be trying to get into casting a little bit more for next season. I think that would be cool.
Yeah,
I think, especially as people finally like know who I am, that I'm a person and not just like I don't know some like 1600 that they're pissed off as their coach.
Yeah, I respect it.
They'll be like, "Yo, Rob's casting. Yeah, I know who that is. I don't hate him." And then they'll watch. I'll be like, "Yeah, let's go."
Alright, if you want to get that code out to Othos and Beans, and I'm sure they'll give their teammates that they choose as well.
We got a really good lobby code this time. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm really excited for the end of this to be able to say what it was too. Just so
Yeah.
we can really know the intricacy that he decided to go with. All right, looks like Othos is
Bean goes, "LMAO. What kind of name is that?"
the best one. It's the best one in the
That's
market.
literally I think that's it. I literally said that as my next message.
Damn. Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm still adjusting to a lot of the levels. I didn't get to level, being as an audio man as I am. Didn't get to do that. Pretty sad. But that's fine. That's fine. I could do the little one of these. And it gets a little louder. Oh my goodness. I mean, technically we could wait.
Are we waiting
Wait
for some?
if you want. All I know is Bean's talking about that, bro. He's setting up an excuse if anything goes wrong. Okay, he said he can do it. All right. It said it's loading up. Okay. So this is a best of 3 series. So this will be a lot quicker. So hopefully he won't poop his pants while he's playing the game. But let's get into it. I mean, yeah, the blue team will be out. And really excited to see how this is. Nice little change of pace.
Yeah. It kind of remind me, specifically Othos reminds me a lot of like Spear in terms of what they're able to do. I think that they're very similar players at very similar levels of the game right now. Specifically, I think that Othos, if he were in C tier, would get outplayed by Spear.
I'm not sure he would enjoy that take there, but
It's okay. He won't hear it. Surely.
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 He'd never see
Surely.
that.
I am excited for this series, though. What are your predictions? You got any?
I don't know, cause Beans is known for his outplayability mechanics here, but I think it's gonna be a very big based on how their teammates do. Othos can really bring out his teammates as well as Beans, but Andy's a great player. He's pushing for GC3. Yoki, I believe has hit GC2 before. No teammates to scoff at as far as the two. Yeah, I mean, here they are. They're setting up, and it nearly gets into the net already off rip. Could be a nice little calm game. See the 2v2s, maybe see some mechanical outplays. What do you expect?
I think it comes down to. So, Beans is really good at. I don't necessarily agree with the outplay ability. I think he's very, very good at capitalizing on the things that you give him. Like if you give him, and like he still can outplay you, right? But it's not like he's not gonna hit triple resets on your head, right? It's like he's just very, very fast and very, very efficient, as Othos puts that one at the top of the net. And to me, Othos is a little bit worse at that, but a little bit better at using his teammate, right? And so I think that a Beans Othos 1v1 would go to Beans in game 5 of a 5-game series, right? But I think that a 2v2, I think that because depends on how good with Wifazu is at 2s. I don't really know.
No, he's
Probably
pretty,
should
I'd say
have
he's
scored
pretty
that,
good.
actually.
My OG teammate before he broke up with me. After all
I
I did
think
for him.
if he can play well, like and use the passes and space that Othos is able to create for him, like here if he's able to get the mid, like they have numbers, they have boost right now. And Greek is like, is he able to get this mid? Like that has to be a pass, you know. Like respectfully, of course, but if he's able to, like that was a scoring opportunity created for him. Here's another one that if he's able to put in the net, like that's a goal for them, and that should be 2-0, if not 3-0. Like this is a free ball. Like that's got to be not. I mean, fair enough. Top corner is top corner. But that's a goal, and you see like Beans is there, right? And Yoki is not at the moment. And so I think Othos is going to be able to utilize his teammates a little bit better. I think he's probably going to take the series. No digs to anybody, of course. It's a very high-level game. But this is why I would like the coaches' matches to be 3v3, is because right now it feels like a glorified Beans and Othos 1v1.
You know, I've even talked about it. I feel like, you know, I'd almost, you know, for the league record, would almost just scratch this out as far as the noise that happens in scheduling and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Even watch. Like, if anything, an All-Star Weekend-esque kind of thing would be great.
That would be really fun.
You know, that could be fun. But, I mean, here it is, you know, 3-0 start.
Have like, we could actually have like an all-star ballot and then have everybody go through like Eversack's Olympics or something. So it's like the skills challenge.
Oh, yeah, that'd
like
be
from
cool.
NBA All-Star Weekend and be like,
Yeah.
let's see who. Oh, this guy had a crazy flick in the flicks one. Who got the best score? This guy's the best player in this tier. Numbers say so.
I like the idea. Oh, she's really spotted
Beans,
up
I mean,
there.
and that's a great example of kind of what I was talking about where he's able to capitalize really well, right? Like his shooting is immaculate, but his recoveries are immaculate. But he's not going to get it past 2 people and then have control and then also, I don't know. He's a very, very interesting player to me. He's very good individually.
Dang.
That's a
Maybe
great
little bit of
pass.
counterattack.
Oh!
Low boost. They wanted that.
No.
Even just the threat of a shot, you know, they were fiending for that with the 3-0
Yeah.
deficit. Oh, I about thought Andy was about to own it for some reason, but you know. Here's the solo play. Be hit to the corner though. Allow Yoki to collect it.
Now Yoki's there on 0. Beans is going to be forced into a really tough spot on 0. Othos creates that space. Misses the top corner, but it's still there. It's a great turn from him. Knows that Beans is low boost. Yoki doesn't get the shot off, unfortunately. Huge recovery into wall dash. That was a beautiful play from Beans.
Oh, what a save though.
Yeah.
Couldn't get behind it to that second touch. Ball a little bit short. Othos now trying to get a little messy himself. Yoki. Dang it. He's going to allow Beans to get this big clear to the corner. Who's going to get there first? Looks like Othos. Looks like the boost. It's going to be a nice hit there for Beans.
Good recovery. Just kidding. He landed on his back.
I'm starting to notice a trend with Yoki second. It seems like he's very low on boost.
All the time.
I think it's just an adjustment period. You know, with 2s, even though there's less people, I feel like it has to be a little bit faster than 3s.
Yeah. You have to cover more space. You don't have as many
so
people.
It definitely takes a lot. So I think they're definitely going to look at that. You know, they have the opportunity, but Othos, you know, really good facilitation there with him and his teammate. And yeah, they're going to be looking good going into the second game. And hopefully Beans and Yoki can adjust.
Potentially worth noting that last season, Wifuzu got over 120 MMR higher in twos than Yoki did.
Whoa, that's like a
So
lot of MMR.
yeah, although they're the same rank because that's how Rocket League works. That said, I think like as we're talking about Othos being very good at using his teammate, and not just on offense, right, but understanding when it's safe to commit, when it's safe to get the boost, when it's safe to do these things, how to utilize the space that his teammates occupying. You see him doing that at an exceptionally high level, and Beans is also doing that. But even if he were equally as good as it at it, by having a slightly lower ranked teammate, it becomes a little bit more difficult, and it's going to be tough for them to come back. Like, there are a lot of plays there that game that I don't know if we're going to be able to turn them around going into this next one.
Whoa. Finesse play there.
Also worth noting, this is only a best of 3.
Right now, Othos and Andy are threatening a best of 3 series. Have to lock it down here if they want a chance to come back.
Beans a nice pass. Yoki gets shut down by Wifuzu. And Othos knows to push the pace, knows he's low boost. This could be threatening. Beans has to get a little control, outplay, gets 50'd. Oh, and Wifuzu, does he go by both? Like,
Wifuzu and
people know
Andy,
it's
yeah.
there. Okay, I wasn't sure I would be doxing him or not. Like,
No, yeah.
okay.
One day he wanted to add a GC title to one account, and now he's with his
Fair enough. Great control from Othos. As we were talking about control mattering, right? You see, I think Beans and Othos more than a lot of people, like their strength is their ball control and car control, and you can see the difference between them and even these S tier players, let alone the B and C tier and A tier that we've watched on stream today. As he banged it away.
Okay, a little bit shaky there for a second. You know, I was a little bit worried, but I think Yoki just wanted to get the ball out of that spot. Andy got that bump on Yoki, I would say. Being a little bit more sideways. That would have been pretty detrimental for them, but they're going to go up 1-0.
I mean, that's what they need. A goal's a goal, right? And so if they can hold this, we're looking into a game 3. Yoki's threatening again with a little free play shot. Doesn't quite get the shot with the reset. Did have it.
So he hit the ball just a little bit too soft. So he can power ceiling touch.
I like the cinch.
He corrects himself for such a great no 50 now in possession for Andy. He's going to fake the space. A little too much time. He's going to call his teammate. But now it's going to be possession again for Andy.
Ooh. Big panic coming out. Just the S tier players in general. Great air dribble by Beans. Gets shut down with a bump. But that's why they're both so low boost. It's like the way that they're diving on these 50s, like it's just not entirely necessary. And you see there's just a lot of movement going on when it doesn't have to be. Oh, could be a pass or just a shot in the net. And that's gonna be 1-1.
I think that little bit of hesitation from Beans, a little bit faulty. I'm surprised he didn't go sooner. I feel like he's the kind of guy to jump on one of those. It's just a little bit too high for the other guy to follow. Didn't see him, but can't fault him for that. You know, it's still just a tied game. So I think just playing a little bit less risky to get the opportunity.
I think he knows that it's not a 2v1 in any capacity, right? But it is, he seems to be playing as if, like, the way that he was looking for that ceiling pinch shot from across the map earlier, it looks like he's looking to get some shots off where he's not necessarily committing his car too much, as he does the exact opposite there, actually. Going for an air dribble bump, creating the play for Yoki. That's a great play from Beans there. Literally an unmissable shot.
Yoki to be there too. I mean,
yeah.
He's not even that close. I mean, you saw how he just makes it at the end. Any less space or any less speed, and he's not going to be able to follow. So I think it's
absolutely. And Bean's looking to push the pace here, and knows Andy's alone. Does get a 50 or a touch outside. Beans could have another one. Shut down again, and this could be going back the other way. Otho's not able to get to the ball. Still 0 boost. He has been for a while. This is scary. You cannot let Beans get this for free. Yeah. Great 50.
Understanding that Beans wanted to jump for that as soon as possible. So even if it's not in Otho's best, jump as soon as that went there. He knew that.
I think there's a lot of, like, Othos are starting to panic a little bit now, and you can see it with the speed that he's playing with. One thing that he did so well in the first game was everything, he just controlled the entire game. It was all in his control, right? In the second one, it feels like he's chasing more than previously. Like, he's in the air a lot, right? Like, what is the point of that touch? It wasn't a threat. Like, what's the point of that touch? There wasn't a threat. He's just panicking. Now he's bumping his teammate, and it's in his net. And Othos is an incredible player, but with the same as anyone else, if you start to panic a little bit, if the adrenaline gets pumping, it can change that. So I think what you see here is the blue team is doing a great job of capitalizing on what Orange has been doing not as well as they did last game. And it's been forced, for sure. But if Othos can get comfortable again, I think it still swings.
Again, the 30 seconds right now, so definitely wants to opt for some sort of opportunity to get this goal, but
Pass out. He's gonna find Othos. Can't get a shooting angle. Looking for one mid. Beans shuts it down. That I think they needed that one, or just this one.
Oh my goodness! What a save there, Yoki. Having to make a touch in the corner, and he gets just that. Othos wanting to look for this play out, but 2-goal deficit, something like a little bit possible. As Andy gets this goal right here, but Yoki getting the touch he just needed, and it's gonna go 1-1 in the series. Do they want to go ahead and get the goal on the out? They couldn't. What a game there! I mean, defensive stand and a half there from Beans and Yoki.
Yeah, I think the. It's going to come down to what you see from Othos. If he's going to be playing reactively like that, then I think that Beans takes this. But if you see Othos take a deep breath, get control, slow down, and facilitate the way that he was in game 1, then it still swings back. But if things continue like they have been, where he's forced to chase and forced to be low boost, and he's going and contesting these balls in the air that aren't necessarily the most threatening, using his resources in that way as opposed to how he really could be, then I think it's gonna be tough.
I mean, what a defensive stand there in that last, couple seconds, 30 seconds or so. Just there from Yoki and Beans to really hold that off, and even sitting with a two-goal deficit, I mean, it's twos. A lot can happen on kickoff, so I think they didn't even want to take a chance there and just took it all the way through. And now we're here in Game 3, the final game of the 2v2 series.
Here we go.
Immediately fast kickoff here. Shot, gets it straight up. Not the kickoff they wanted to start this game off, but in favor of Beans. Gets the boost steal. Othos having to get that to the corner, but just couldn't wrap around the boost that he had available. He's going to go 1-0
That's a
fast.
great start for him.
Greg.
It's going to come down a lot to boost control as well. That's something that comes with that panic too. It's like Beans is now on 0 here. Right, like how it's so Othos and Andy are both 0 boost right now. Able to get it out, but like, are they going to be able to capitalize? Are they going to get some pressure off this? That might be just going the other way in his net.
Good recognition from Andy. If he would have committed to that, definitely would have gone over his head into the net. So
Oh my god, what a ridiculous bump. Into the demo. I'd be furious. And now
nearly a low 50.
again, you just see Wifuzu and Othos such low boost. Right, like it's nice that they're staying in the play. It's nice that they're able to shut things down. But 5 boost here now, looking for a touch.
Oh, but a big shot and a big save from Yoki. Way to be there for him. Oh, that is not a miss that he should be having right now. So Othos having to buy time for his teammate. Using all that boost, Yoki
Just a little bit too close. Oh, big flick. Could be threatening too. Needs to try to get a shot off it. Nice fake. They go just throw it away. And again, just panicky. Right? 0 boost from Othos. Jumps early. Doesn't give himself an option. And then he throws it away and Beans capitalizes. Right? Beans doing a great job now of making the same thing he did in game 2, right? He's making Othos play reactively. He's putting the ball in Othos' court, not the real Rocket League ball, but the proverbial tennis court ball. He just keeps putting it back towards him. Tennis court, hitting it in his court type, whatever. But he's making Othos react as opposed to letting Othos dictate how the game is going, and it's a massive difference for them in terms of how it's going because of that.
Nice little possession control there. Even though he didn't have the ball, he kind of forced Othos to do only one thing, and it's right in the pocket for the R. Oh, on the transition though, big cut off there from Yoki. 3 minutes left. Why is that kind of roughly going away? Second hitter off the side, Othos. A little bit of wall dashes. Won't matter. He's not long enough this season. Leading into the halfway mark. And this boost control is really right now on the side of Bonner. Boost with themselves. A big clear out to the side. Can find some time. Beans quick there again. Just playing this 50 really well. So allows this good follow-up. Look at Beans doing this play. Maybe a double tap move. Really put top corner. And just a lot of ball control there from the blue side. Oh, just misses that boost, and now Bean's going to allow himself for another offensive play. It's going to get around Andy. Just an unlucky moment there. He wanted that boost, tried to power slide into it so he can get the ball as well, but Beans gets it, gets to play around Andy and pushes low boost.
You're so quick, dude. He is just so efficient. He is so quick. Like, you look at some Rocket League players and they're fast, right? But Beans is just so quick. He just changes what he's doing. He's comfortable changing pace at such, changing direction and angle at such high speeds. And now Yoki's gonna have, he's left to make a hero play, does just that. And I mean, it's just so tough because Beans is so good at using the space that you give him that you're either forced to defend him on 0 and play super close to getting scored on for the entire game. And just, if you go leave that play to get boost, you're doomed, right? Because he's going to utilize that space and put something super threatening on. It's just it's very difficult. It's very difficult to try to beat him in.
Nice little cutoff there from Andy. He's going to give some life though for the Farmers. I mean, here's the little bit of a missed touch there from Yoki. He's trying to play that high end for something, but it's directly into it. Going to allow for a unconventional pass there. It's going to be 3-1 favor of it.
Andy looking for a pass mid. Beans is just not going to let that happen. That's going to be a goal.
Oh, no.
Like I said, just utilizing any bit of space. And that includes the aerial space right there, right? He gets it, and you just can't stop it.
What a play there, and a bounce back immediately from the goal. She's going to put him back at the same deficit, the same split. Orange team's just working.
I mean, 3 goals in a minute, it's got to be now, right? Like, you have an opportunity, didn't get the bump, 50 seconds, 3 goals, no boost. It's looking like, I mean, Beans might have this one too. Like, it's looking very grim. Oh,
Throwing a big demo, maybe. The little transition play. He's got to hook that around, and he gets it.
Oh my gosh.
Woo, had me a little stressed there, man. Had me
Me
a
too,
little bit
brother.
stressed.
Me too.
I knew he had to wrap around this, but he hit that first touch a little bit hard. So good cut in. Running like that. No, it goes there. Any precautions. Now it's a little bit closer, but still.
Doable.
2-goal deficit. 2-2.
Both those can get this boost. Okay. And Yoki does a great job of cutting that immediately. He's gonna bang it backward again.
Ball.
Could be threatening. I mean, the problem is the space is just not gonna exist. Like, Beans just is not gonna let you collect this with space. He did a really good job of turning the series around. Game 1 looked really problematic. He had a couple things that he needed to change, and he did them. Really well done. He locked the fuck in and played a really impressive series.
Yeah, I mean, and even shout out to Yoki, you know, really
shit.
pulling out the saves defensively. You know, there was some moments he was putting the 1v1s, just off of missed touches and such, and even just the good forces from Beans as well. To allow himself to be able to step up like that is really, really nice, really well done from them. And, I mean, a good showing from both sides. They it could have gone either way, and ends up going towards Eggs, and, I mean, really good game overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't even know really anyone, but thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for allowing us to host the stream today. You know, really good games, really good, you know, looks for a lot of the teams. You know, even the ones that lost, they definitely have a lot of potential in coming into this last stretch of games, and really looking forward to everyone and how they perform. Thank you, Rob, for being such a great co-host here.
Thanks for having me, man. It was a pleasure. It's my first time. I'll also be here next week, chat. So don't trip. I'm not going anywhere.
But thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday. Not really sure where the end screen is.
On OBS, you can.
Well, no, I find it's not really
Oh
really
yeah,
labeled.
the
But
transition
you know,
thing. Yeah.
thank you all for having me. My name is Gold Moon. I was joined here by Rob today, and y'all take care.